Toronto sports teams had double-barrel garbage today. The Leafs losing 2-1, obviously, to Montreal in Game 1 of their playoffs. And the Blue Jays had a 7-5 lead in the top half of the ninth inning against the Boston Red Sox and blow it. And lose 8-7 to the Sox today. Boston fans, if you're not here before, welcome to the channel. I said that to Montreal fans because I know they're going to be here. And Steven Matz got the ball for the Jays today. Was awful in the second inning. Was great the other 5 innings he pitched. But this is kind of what we've heard from Mets fans. Is that Matz, he's a good pitcher, but he'll have one inning where he just explodes and you just don't know what happens. And he's fine the rest of the way, but he just finds one inning where he just sucks. And it didn't start out bad for the Toronto Blue Jays. Bottom half of the first inning, Vladdy doubles, Bo Bichette comes across. Then Randall Grichuk doubles, Vladdy scores. Jays up 2-0 in the bottom half of the first inning against Canadian Nick Pivetta. Good start. Next half inning, I always say you want to put up a 0 after you either give your team the lead or just score runs in general. But Dalbec hits a 3-run shot, giving them the lead just like that. Then Kike Hernandez hits a single. Michael Chavis comes in to score. Then JD Martinez hits a single. And just like that, the Jays are down 5-2. You're up 2-0 going into that top half of the second. You go into the bottom half of the second and you're trailing. Starting pitching is so important. I said it coming into the series that their starting pitching ain't very good. And Nick Pivetta was not good today. But Steven Matz had that one imploding inning and he was awful. But the Blue Jays, knowing their offense and knowing the way the pitching staff is for the Red Sox, you can find a way to chip away. And in the bottom half of the second inning, Bo Bichette doubles. Marcus Semien comes in to score. It's a 5-3 ball game. All right. Bottom half of the fifth inning, Teoscar Hernandez reaches on an error. Good stuff. Marcus Semien comes across the score. It's a 5-4 ball game. The Kevin Biggio singles. Vladdy comes in, and we're tied at 5, just like that in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Bottom half of the sixth, Jays weren't done. Jonathan Davis singles. Danny Jansen comes across the score, giving the Jays the 6-5 lead. All right, good. Then Randall Grichuk singles. Davis comes in. It's a 7-5 Jays lead in the bottom half of the sixth. Clean top of the seventh from Tyler Chatwood. Clean top of the eighth from Jordan Romano. All right, good stuff. We go to the top of the ninth. And Dolis in one inning has 4 hits, 3 runs. An RBI ground out from Alex Verdugo. Making it a 7-6 ball game. But it's okay, so the 1-run lead, you're all right. JD Martinez. 2-run bomb. And the Jays lose 8-7. And they lose the series 2 out of 3 to the Boston Red Sox and drop to 4 games over 500 at 23-19. It's been an awful night for Toronto sports. This is a grind for me to get through because I'm all kinds of emotions all over the place. The great thing about baseball, you get out it the next day. The problem, though, tomorrow's ball game is against the Tampa Bay Rays at 7:37 against Tyler flippin' Glasnow. So that's not easy. And it's to be determined for the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm guessing it's going to be maybe an Anthony Case start. I don't know. I don't know what to expect tomorrow from the Toronto Blue Jays. Maybe Charlie Montoya's already said something about it. But either way, let's get to some stats here and see who did what and try and grab some positives at an 8-7 loss. Well, offensively, you got lots of positives. Bo Bichette, 3 for 4 in the ballgame with an RBI and a run scored. Vladdy went 2 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Randall Grichuk went 2 for 5 with a couple RBIs. I know Marcus Semien had a couple runs scored in the ballgame, and he had a hit as well. The offense wasn't the problem. Steven Matz went 6 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, all in the 1 inning, struck out 4 and walked 2. Tyler Chatwood, Mr. Automatic, went a clean inning, couple strikeouts, no problem for him. No hits, no walks, no runs. Good job for Tyler Chatwood. Jordan Romano, 1 inning, no hits, no walks, couple strikeouts. Clean job for those 2 guys. And as I mentioned, Rafael Dolis, 1 inning, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, and a strikeout to blow the save and to blow the game for the Toronto Blue Jays. I try and grab positives out of losses, and I don't like Boston teams because I know what I'm going to hear. But either way, The great thing about this is it's only May, right? That's the only positive I can take from this is it's only May and you're still 23-19. But the continuing glaring issue for the Toronto Blue Jays is the starting rotation. After Hyunjin Ryu, you don't know what you're going to get. Robbie Ray's been great for most of the season. His last outing, he had a great start. The Jays have built up a big lead. And then he scuffled in the latter half of his outing. Steven Matz, I think 3 of his last 4, he's been really rough. You know, you haven't got consistent stuff out of Anthony Kay. Clearly, Ross Stripling hasn't given you anything consistent. Obviously, Pearson threw 1 ball game. And you've got some bullpen days in there. The starting pitching, we all had a feeling coming into this year was going to be the Achilles heel. You saw early on that Steven Matz was pitching really well, Robbie Ray was pitching well, and Ryu was Ryu, and we're like, wow, this might actually be okay. But now teams have gotten used to these guys, and they're getting into mid-season form in a sense, and Steven Matz hasn't been great. You know, Robbie Ray's been fine. I'm not going to talk anything bad about him. And Ryu's been great. But you need more than 2 consistent guys to go for a playoff spot. Your offense is great. We had a feeling that was not going to be an issue, and it still has not been. But the pitching's been bad. And Rafael Dolis blew the save today. And that really hurts. It's going to happen once in a while. The Blue Jays have been really good this year at holding leads in the latter half of ball games. And it's going to happen when you're going to blow games. It's just unfortunate. It's against Boston to lose the series. And it's the same night the Leafs lose game 1. I mean, come on. It's awful. But the great thing about baseball is you play the next day. And I said that obviously earlier in the video, but I'm going to say it again because it's the truth. You know, the Jays can go out there against Tampa tomorrow and tee off on Glasnow, who knows. And this game would be completely in the rearview mirror. We're not even thinking about it. That's the great thing about baseball. But they got to find a way to do it. And I will say it many times. Whoever's starting tomorrow, whether it's Anthony Kay, whether it's a bullpen day, whatever the case may be, if that player, that whoever's pitching, can give you some solid innings early on and allow the Jays to feel out Glasnow and maybe attack him early and get the early lead, you might be all right. But you got to put up some zeros early on in the game. I said it right at the top of the season. You know, the Blue Jays, their offense seems to kind of get better as the game goes along. And they scored 2 runs in the first inning here, obviously, but you saw it in the bottom half of the second, they scored a run. Then in the 5th, they scored a few. They scored 3 runs to tie it. Then they scored 2 more in the 6th. Right, they got better as the game went along, it felt like. But you were down 5-2, and you had to crawl back. And you just can't play like that all the time. It's great. It's very emotional and fun to watch your team come back and win ball games, but you can't do that every game. And the Toronto Blue Jays got to get some good starting pitching. Whether it's from an interior source or it's from an exterior source by bringing someone in, whether it's trade or signing a guy like Rick Porcello, which I don't know how much he's actually going to be of use to the team, but at this point, you got to try something. Because as Dr. Phil would say, is it working for you? And it's clearly not right now for the Toronto Blue Jays. And they got to find a way to make something happen. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a slugfest the entire season. I don't know what to expect. We're all talking Alek Manoah, and we want to see Nate Pearson again because I'd rather see a Nate Pearson go out there and struggle than watch a Ross Stripling go out there and be bad every single game he goes out there, right? Because at least with Nate Pearson, he's going to learn at the big league level. With Ross Stripling, he's been here, done that. He's just kind of a Tanner Roark type pitcher to me. So that's just my take on that, guys. That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and if you're a Jays fan and did not enjoy the ending to today's game, and if you're a Red Sox and you love the ending to today's game, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already, guys. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter's down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM to all that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Leafs Decision Game 2 of the series against Montreal Canadiens on Saturday night, 7 o'clock puck drop there at Scotiabank Arena. And as for the Blue Jays, they open up the final series at TD Ballpark. Thank goodness. Game 1 against Tampa Bay Rays goes tomorrow night, 7:37, first pitch at TD Ballpark. Tyler Glasnow on the mound for the Rays, and it's to be determined right now for the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as I said in the late video, my misery. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.